Hello YouTube, my name is Fantasize, and once again welcome to another Vendetta online video. Today in this video, I thought it would be very smart and wise to make a quick little guide on the value of being in a group and why you should be in one and how to really use it effectively. Grouping, and what I mean by that is one of the game features of the game is that you can group up with other players to do missions and do certain tasks and complete activities in the game that actually benefits and makes doing this a lot easier. So what I mean by that is, well, actually let's just start with what is a group. Okay, let's be really simple with it. I mean that by, in the game, if you go over to your comms tab, you can actually invite players, well, create a group, join a group, or invite players to a group that you've already created, right? And in doing that, they'll pop up on your HUD on the side. It'll tell you what everyone in the group and where they are currently, as well as on your radar. There appear as little white dots as opposed to the green ones or red ones, if they're your friend or foe, based off of faction standing of the area, which is pretty useful and really good. Being in a group is super valuable. Like, I feel like it's kind of like an underrated thing, aside from knowing where all your little group mates are and seeing them on the radar, which helps tons whenever you're trying to find them. Stuff like, dropping cargo whenever you're trading and you're trying to find them around the station. There's tons of convoys everywhere. Makes it leagues easier in order to find players in situations like that. But it also applies to doing a lot of different activities, because being in groups does provide a little bit of an edge and some bonuses in very specific scenarios that I'll jump into later on in the video. I already mentioned how to get in a group. It's really simple. All you gotta do is go over to your comms tab, and there's another little button that says groups, and you can join a group, invite players to a group, or create a group. You have to create a group before you can invite players, by the way, so be sure to do it in the correct order. Being in the group affects a lot of different stuff, like a lot, the first thing I'm going to mention is mining. If you want to mine with friends, the best way to do it is in a group, because whenever you're grouped with players and you all mine on the same asteroid together, and this is only group specific, it actually averages the heat that you guys put into an asteroid, and it treats you all as if you're one player. So let's say that 3 people have a heat of 4, and then another 3 people have a heat of 2. It'll average out to 3 heat. It is just an example, by the way. And because of that, it'll treat all 6 of those players mining that asteroid as one player with 3 heat, and it'll just tick up at that rate, right? Which means you'll technically get 6 times the ore than you would if one player was mining with a beam that did 3 heat, which is super cool, right? It's very valuable. It only happens when you're in a group, so if you're mining and you want to make the most out of get the most ore out of it, then group up, Another thing is combat missions. So combat missions play a pretty large part whenever it comes to groups, because whenever you group, there's a chance that you guys can get shared XP. Obviously you guys share mission rewards, so that way not everyone has to accept the mission at the same time. It can be one player individually, and everyone else joins in on that player's little mission experience. It's super cool and very useful. There's various missions in the game where you can take full-on advantage of this, and it's just super useful, to say the least. It also applies to certain kills. Now, I don't remember about this one. Like, it used to be the fact that you had to be in a group and in the same sector in order to get certain kill requirements met. So if you were to kill a queen, it wouldn't count as you killing the queen if you weren't in the sector when it died, and you weren't in a group. I think it's only Leviathans now where you have to be in a group and be in the same sector when it dies and deal damage to it, of course. And then all of those requirements together equals out you getting the kill for it. So all in all, being in a group is really useful. It's beneficial in daily tasks. If you're hanging out with a friend and you want to know where they are, shoot them a group request. So that way you can always see where they are, you know? If you're trading with someone, shoot them a group request. So that way you can see them whenever they're around stations. It's pretty underrated. I feel like people could use it more for more than, you know, the traditional, hey, let's group up and go do mission type stuff. It's a lot more applicable. Oh my god. It's a lot more applicable than that. So go out in the world and do that. Do groups. Group it. Group win. Okay? Now I want you guys to collectively, as a group, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Put a comment down in the comment section down below. This video, believe it or not, was actually made based off of a suggestion of one player who was like, hey, I see these group things, but I don't really know how good they are. You should make a video on that. Well, here I am, little subscriber, making a video on that, just for you. Alright? So, it works. I do read the comments and everything. I see what's going on. And I enjoy it as well. It's really kind of fun to read and see what the community is up to, how they feel about my content and everything. So, you know, think of it as like a review or a suggestion or, you know, a pat on the back, however you want it to be. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.